எழுத்தாளர் தீபக் கரஞ்சிகர் எழுதிய கட்சுத்ரா புத்தக வெளியீட்டு விழா சென்னையில் நடந்தது. துக்ளக் ஆசிரியர் குருமூர்த்தி, டாக்டர் மோகன் டயாபெட்டிஸ் சென்டர் தலைவர் மோகன் புத்தகத்தை வெளியிட்டனர்.
I found the reasons of the incident. This book has a 3 parts. One is the entire chronology of event. Second is who made it happen, the kingpins. And third is what kind of infrastructure they created to make it happen. And the infrastructure doesn't mean bridge and airports and ports. The infrastructure called CIA, the infrastructure called Mossad, the infrastructure called Bank of International Settlement, the infrastructure called Council for Foreign Relations, the infrastructure called World Bank, the infrastructure called IMF, the infrastructure called Nixon's dollar game, the infrastructure called George W. Bush or Bush family, the infrastructure called Dr. Henry Kissinger. They are all infrastructure who made this execution happen of one world order. That is all mentioned in this book.
Perhaps he has traced my evolution. All of us are part of revolution. We are not products of education. We are products of our experience in life. So I am a product of my experience in life. I never thought I would become a chartered accountant. I became a chartered accountant. That was by accident. I never thought I would become a journalist. I became a journalist by accident. I never thought I would become the editor of Tuklak. I became editor of Tuklak by accident. All these accidents are a very coherent kind of plan that some invisible force, if you understand it, you will understand these are all not mere accidents. They are very coherent phenomena in your life. It is in that sense. So, being from the corporate world, you see, I was a social activist fighting emergency underground, and from then I understood how the state works. How many people know the state mechanism in India or the whole world is product of what Deepak Karanjikar has said. I think in his next book he must delve deep into the concept of social contract theory.
Today we are seeing that what is said in the Bhagavad Gita is actually coming true. And what it all comes down to in one word, as Swamiji was talking and describing, is greed. Man's greed. Mahatma Gandhi has said that there's enough for man's need but not for man's greed. Because once we get into greed, you remember the story of the man who wanted a lot of land. You know that story? There's a short story called How Much Land Does a Man Need? Land is yours. So the man goes on and on and on, and he begins to see the sun set, and he says, no, little bit more. And then by the time the sun is setting, and he runs back, but he can't make it and he dies. And finally he needed only 6 feet of land to bury him. So our needs are actually very little. But our greed, especially when we are given something, we need more and more and more until we are no more. So that's what happens to human beings, and that is beautifully brought out in this book. So I, for one, am a big fan. Look forward to all your other books, and may all your books be translated in English so that people like us can also read it.